right, you want to do some sit and start for week one then?
You're damn right I do. This is a brand new segment that I thought would be fun and have enlisted a couple of people to send me some ideas for this. But basically, for week one of fantasy football, this is a list of start versus sit. Where we're trying to compare similarly skilled, maybe similarly projected to score players and to decide who would we start and why. And so the first one, these are going to be a couple of running backs here. We talked about one of them already. Jalen Warren for Pittsburgh or RJ Harvey for Denver. Who would you start and who would you sit there, Deeb?
Okay, so I also like to look at their matchups. So Pittsburgh plays the Jets, and Denver plays. Let's see. Um, where are they at? Denver plays. Oh, the
The
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Ooh. I like Harvey because of the matchup. I mean, the Titans obviously were pretty bad last year. Not to say that the Jets are that much better, but I think the Jets have a new defensive coordinator. They probably have a more talented defense, in my opinion, than the Titans do. And so I like Harvey. I think he also has a lot of potential with that Denver offense, very high powered offense. Bo Nix, a lot of relief with the pass game there. So some uncertainty in Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers, which could lead to more running, but maybe even more passing because it's Aaron Rodgers at QB.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you. I'm writing RJ Harvey for sure. Locking that one in this week. He is a rookie, so you never know what to expect, but he is the leader in that backfield in Denver on a very good offense, like you said, with a talented and intelligent quarterback. That goes a very long way. Jalen Warren likely will start. I think we've kind of discussed that already, but who knows how much interference he's going to have to his carries with guys like Caleb Johnson who might come in and take some touches from him. So give me RJ Harvey. He seems like he will be the man in that backfield. And I'm starting him because in week one, I always go with the safe choice.
Yep.
Next one here, start or sit. This is wide receivers here. Would you start or sit Matthew Golden for Green Bay or Rome Odunze for Chicago?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Green Bay plays the Lions, and Chicago plays the Vikings. So those are both pretty challenging matchups. Ah, I go with the rookie, Matthew Golden. I mean, I think Rome Odunze has a lot of potential, but I don't know. I still Caleb Williams still has some question marks, to me personally. So until I see that Ben Johnson and this new offense utilizes Romo Dunze, they didn't really utilize him a lot last year in his rookie season. So until I see it, I can't really pick him. So he could go off, and that could prove me wrong. But right now, my safer pick actually is Matthew Golden because I know Jordan Love and Green Bay are maybe a little more potentially steady than the Bears.
Yeah, you kind of you stole my thunder there, Deeb. So I'm riding Matthew Golden here for sure, and I think there's a couple of big reasons why. First of all, more faith in the offense there as the Packers. Like you said, what has Chicago proven to me lately? Not a whole lot. Roma Dunze is a very talented guy. I think he will be the man in Chicago, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did pop off this week. But I haven't seen it that often last year, and I want to give Matthew Golden the chance, and what will probably be a shootout playing against the Lions. We don't know much about the Vikings and how they're going to be playing against the Bears. So we don't really know if we're going to see a shootout in that game too, but you can pretty much expect one with the Green Bay Lions game. So give me Matthew Golden to start. I'm sitting Rome Odunze in this situation.
Nice.
Next one here, Waddle for Miami or Worthy for Kansas City. These are two kind of normally kind of second wide receivers for their teams here, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that one?
Okay, so Kansas City plays who was it? I just saw it. The Chargers and the Dolphins play the Colts. So again, I like to take that into consideration. I mean, call me crazy, but I'm actually an Xavier Worthy believer. I think that again, the the Chiefs like to throw the ball. I had Xavier Worthy on my fantasy team last year, and man, he went off at times. So like he is much more of a, at least from last year, an up and down player. So I could bite my words, with my pick here, but I actually like Worthy.
Yeah, excuse me. Uh, hate to be a guy that just keeps agreeing with you here, Deeb, but I'm not a big believer in Tua right now, and I'm not sure exactly what that Miami offense is going to look like in general. I think Xavier Worthy having an entire offseason to play to plan to be the number one wide receiver for this week, knowing that Rushy Rice would probably be suspended. I think they're going to have a good game plan, and I think that Xavier Worthy will have a good game. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a resurgence this year because he's going to be able to throw the ball downfield more than he could last season. So for that reason, give me Xavier Worthy for that one as well. And I promise you, I won't keep agreeing with you, but you're making good calls so far. This next
Well,
one here. Now remember, we're talking about fantasy football. If you're just queuing in today, we're talking about fantasy football for week 1, start or sit. Next one here is some quarterbacks: Justin Fields or Dak Prescott.
this one's tough because the Cowboys play the Eagles. This is a Thursday night game. So this is the first game that's going to kick us off. And the Steelers, of course, or excuse me, the Jets play the Steelers, which I don't know. I actually I might bite my words again, but I actually might pick Justin Fields. As crazy as this sounds, I know CeeDee Lamb and Pickens and all this. Dallas has some weapons, but playing the Eagles is a tough task. Your first game, right? Defending Super Bowl champs, they have a solid defense. The Jets have a new head coach, and so I don't know. I think maybe they come out and Justin Fields actually shows a little bit against the Steelers, even though I think he's not that good.
I think Justin Fields could win this for sure. I am gonna oppose you here, just if for no other reason, just to oppose you. I think Dak Prescott is the obvious choice, although I think that with the rushing upside, Fields could technically be better potentially. But Dak Prescott has a shiny new object in he has George Pickens out there as his wide receiver too. And I think that having George Pickens will take away some pressure from CeeDee Lamb, and having both of those guys and having a very bad running game is going to set him up for a lot of potential points in fantasy football this week, especially playing against a good team. They will probably be playing from behind for most of the game. Give me Dak Prescott.
That's fair. That one's honestly the hardest.
Yeah. Well, I got another tough one here for you. Week 1, TJ Hawkinson at tight end or Ty Warren at tight end. Who are you starting here?
Oh man, again, interesting because Ty Warren, we don't really Tyler is it Tyler Warren, right? Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
don't really know much. He's playing the Dolphins and TJ Hawkinson. I mean, they're playing the Bears. I like the safe bet Hawkinson just because you know what you're going to get, but JJ McCarthy's the big question mark. So I think McCarthy leans on this more experienced tight end because he may potentially struggle in his first game.
I agree with you here, and I hate to do it again, but JJ is going to already be without Addison. So he's got Justin Jefferson, which is great to lean on as a first time starter in the NFL. But JJ is probably going to get Jefferson is probably going to get double teamed if I had to guess, double covered. And so I think Hawkinson becomes that check down, that safe target, like we talked about. And for a quarterback starting his first time ever, that is a very helpful resource to have. Give me Hawkinson if for no other reason than I think he's going to get a lot of targets.
Yep, that's fair.
All right, running backs here. We only got 2 more of these. Running backs: Tony Pollard with Tennessee or Ashton Denty for Las Vegas. And again, we're talking about week 1. Who do you think will do better week 1?
Oh man, that's going to be interesting. I think Tony Pollard probably just because they're going to lean on him with a new rookie quarterback, so he's going to get a lot of carries.
I'm going to go out on the hill and say Ashton Denty here. I think he's going to have some stuff to prove. He was the clear overall RB1 coming into the season. And in that last preseason game where he played, he really just showed that he can lay down the hit stick on the pro level. And I think we'll see what happens here. You know, they got a new quarterback in Las Vegas. They have a rookie wide receiver they've added to the mix. They obviously have Brock Bowers. They have a lot of weapons on offense, honestly. But that doesn't mean that Pete Carroll is not going to want to run the ball. I think he's a run first kind of coach. Give me Ashton Dinty and we'll see what happens.
That's fair.
And last but not least, and honestly, these guys would probably both be starting in any lineup. So it's kind of a weird start sit comparison. But Chris Olave or Drake London, which one would you start over the other one?
Drake London. I think the New Orleans is not in a great quarterback situation. That's why I picked Alvin Kamara in my draft because I feel like they're going to have to run the ball.
Yep. Give me Drake London also. I think that, Olave's coming off an injury and has a horrible quarterback situation. Drake London was playing the best football towards the end of the season last year that he's ever played. So let me keep riding that wave with London and we'll see how things go in Atlanta.
Yep.
That is our start sit segment for tonight. Now we can do this every week or we can engage during our social or on our socials with you. So if there are other start sit considerations where you just want our opinions or want to engage in a conversation with us, drop a comment on any of our socials. We'd love to talk more about these hypotheticals. But that is week one. And I think that we chose a lot of winners here tonight.
Hell yeah.